What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to 15 pictures that prove Canada is like no other country. So, as Americans, there are so many things about Canada that we just don't understand and that we don't even know about. So, today, I want to take a look at these 15 pictures that show how unique Canadian culture is and how different Canada is to the United States. So, let's take a look here, starting with this is a couple of cups. It says the future is lidless. Is it? Really? Is it? The future is lidless. Fully compostable cup? Oh, wow. No plastic, no problem. I think this would be a problem in America. I think we would have some problems with this. This is awesome. So this is a lidless coffee cup? You guys actually have this in Canada? Good for you guys. Seriously, good for you. I don't think we could do this in America. And I don't think America really cares enough about recycling and environmental friendliness enough, to be honest. And it's not a good thing, but here in America, we don't even have the paper straws, you know? I think you guys have like paper straws. That's nice. We don't even really have like a lot of recycling bins out in public, you know? It's just garbage cans. I know in other countries, I think people have a lot more recycling available. I mean, God, where I live, I have to pay extra to have a recycling bin. Like, they don't make it easy if you want to recycle in America, I gotta say. And plus, how well does this work? Not to nitpick at these cups for too much. This whole video is just gonna be about these cups. No. I don't think this would work in America because this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Unfortunately, in America, we're really like antsy. We're ready to like sue each other. We're ready for a lawsuit. If the cardboard or paper cup or whatever bent open and someone got coffee on them, they'd be like, and got burned, they'd like want $10 million or something. So for a lot of reasons, I don't think this would go over well here in the United States. But good for you guys. I didn't even know this was really a thing. Lidless coffee cups. This is a sign. It says, wallet a touch light, but you're still hungry or thirsty? These have been paid for in advance. Just bring it up to the till and let us know any specifications. These are prepaid uh, orders for like crepes and coffee? What? Where is this? Is this like in Quebec or something? Because it's like a latte and a clepe, a sweet clepe. Am I saying that right? Which seems real French to me. But anyway, you would never see this in the United States. What the heck? Prepaid, because people would like abuse it. That's the difference. So if you're low on money, but you still want like a little pastry or coffee, in this place in Canada, I don't know where this is, but they're just willing to like give you it. In America, somebody would ruin it. It's horrible to say, but it's the reality. Somebody would come and take all four of them off the wall and go get two coffees and two sweet crepes, and take it all for themselves. And unfortunately, that's not representative of like all Americans or American culture, but in America, we definitely have some of the nicest people ever and some of the worst people. We have it all. So in Canada, it just feels like, at least from what I can tell, the Canadian culture in Canadian society, people in general have a baseline understanding of like respect and politeness and like like getting along and making society work and not stealing, that kind of thing. Like in America, you would never leave your wallet at the table and go to the bathroom. You know, it's just not, that's not where you're at. That's not where we're at, unfortunately. Have a good day. This is an example of Canadian graffiti, I guess, where talk about something I've never seen in my life in America. I've seen plenty of graffiti. This obviously Canadians, you have like you're known for being really nice and wholesome and polite, and maybe that's a stereotype, but I think there's a lot of truth to it, and it's a wonderful stereotype to have. America doesn't have stereotypes like that, unfortunately. It's because of stuff like this. Is this common in Canada? Is this like your criminals who are defacing public property are at least writing really nice messages? Whether it's a joke or not, I've never seen graffiti like this in America, ever. That's funny. This is a sign. It says, "The last of our American bourbons. Get them while they last. Make American whiskey gone again." Wow. This is part of the Canadian boycotting American stuff, right? Wow. I mean, I've seen some examples of this already, but this is like, what store is this? I don't know. But they printed out a sign dedicated to saying to all their customers, we're not going to sell American whiskey. As a matter of fact, they're even making fun of Make American Whiskey Gone Again. Oh my God. That is funny, but at the same time, it's like, I'm American. This is bad for me. So at the same time, it's like, dang. You're selling the American whiskey and then not restocking it, basically. Okay. Jeez, is this a very common sentiment in Canada? Because I've seen other examples of this on the internet, of stores in Canada putting up signs or stuff saying they're not going to have American goods anymore. So, I mean, it must be pretty common. Wow. I mean, that kind of just shows you where we're at. That certainly shows me as an American where we're at, because I think a lot of Americans don't even see this stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. Talk about talk about stuff that Americans don't get to see. You guys got cats on a satellite dish. Cats on a satellite dish. This is what happens in winter in Canada. You know what? It kind of makes sense, because I think satellite dish, if it's on, is probably generating some amount of heat, and the cats flock to it like a nest. Is that safe? Are they going to become like radioactive? I mean, it's winter. It's cold. I mean, sometimes you got to trade a little radioactive exposure for heat. That's the economy today. This is very cute. That's funny. Like the cats know that the satellite dish is warm. This is something hung up, like knitting. Says, "I am not lost, but I am happy you found me. I was handmade for you by someone who cares. If you are cold and you are in need, please take me." Wow. Canada is awesome for this. This is kind of like the free coffee and crepe thing. You guys, I don't know where this is in Canada, but this is amazing. So if somebody needs a scarf, I want to say this is a scarf. If you're cold, you don't have a scarf, someone hung up, and this looks handmade, like they hand knitted these scarves. You can just take them. They're free. again, it's so cool to see this, but in America, it's just, I hate to say it, but for the most part, somebody would ruin it. Like, that's just how it is. Someone comes along eventually and takes, if something's for free, heck, even if it's not supposed to be for free, if it's just out in public, and someone's going to come and take it. But with the free stuff, like, we can't do stuff like this. Someone comes and takes it all and ruins it, and it's really sad. It's really sad because, again, a lot of Americans are great people, but I don't know. We just are we have a pretty trusting society, but it's not like Norway, where they leave their children outside in the strollers while they go into the restaurant to get food. They like leave their babies outside to sleep while they go inside the restaurant to eat. And they have no fear that anyone's going to come and take their baby. That's like, talk about the most opposite you could get from America. Okay. You'd get put in jail for that here. This is a bathroom that has a fire hydrant. This is a bathroom that accommodates dogs. What? Okay, this can't be common in Canada. This isn't like every bathroom, right? I feel like I would know about this, right? I don't know where in Canada this is, but this is amazing. What? It must be a place where a lot of people have dogs. To have a fire hydrant and grass for dogs to go to the bathroom on, in the bathroom. I've never seen that before. That's actually pretty funny, and probably pretty practical if there's a lot of dog activity there. This is Mark Carney going for a run. Nice. God knows I have never seen a picture like this with Donald Trump going for a run. It certainly makes Carney feel more normal, personable. Because in America, politicians are like treated like celebrities at this point. And it's kind of dumb because politicians are literally supposed to represent the average person, the common person, but we put them up on a pedestal and they're like rock stars. And in Canada, at least with this picture, this makes it feel like Mark Carney is at least kind of trying to be a normal person, being in a race or whatever. So that's nice. Unattended children will be given an energy drink and taught to swear. That's good. Where is this, like in a store in Canada? You guys have a good sense of humor. Or maybe this isn't a joke. I don't know. This is good. This would make me crack up. In America, we should have more stuff like this, like funny signs. We're too serious. Don't leave your children unattended, or they'll be given energy drinks. And that's very good. The backbone of Canadian patriotism. Graphs? Papers? What is this? This is some kind of Canadian thing that I don't... 40 pages of graphs? Is this like a map? What is this? Is this like a school thing? Maybe it's a school thing. Backbone of Canadian patriotism is these graphs? Is this like graph paper? What? Is this something Canadians are familiar with? Maybe. I kind of get it. This is a moose and a cat. A story as old as time. The moose and the cat. Is this real? I thought moose were like these violent, dangerous, wild animals. This one's literally nuzzling a cat. It's kind of like when giant dogs get along with little cats. And dogs can even like get along with babies, and know to be gentle. And it's pretty amazing animals. Not to get too philosophical about this, but This is, if this is a real picture, this is very funny. And I mean, it's also very Canadian, the fact that you even have moose wandering around your property, let alone fornicating with your cat. I'd be a little worried for my cat. This is head smashed. This is okay. This is a sign that says head smashed in Buffalo Jump World Heritage Site. This is what you guys name your heritage sites? It gets your attention. What is head smashed in Buffalo Jump? Wait, is it the buffalo that jump off and get their head smashed in? Is this like kind of morbid or funny? I don't know, but this is a place in Canada. Never heard of it. Very cool. Very literal. This is wow. This must be pretty far north in Canada, right? Sometimes I forget you guys can actually see the aurora borealis or northern lights, right? This is some pilot flying, I don't know, in the Yukon. I don't know. That's what an amazing phenomenon. And the fact that you can see this in Canada, that's amazing. That would be incredible to see this. This is like a once in a lifetime thing. A lot of Americans want to see the Northern Lights at least once. But to be up in an airplane seeing it, that's like surreal. This is the closest thing to like magic in real life. Seriously. This is... It says this is the Canadian Supreme Court. It's dressed up as Santa. Yeah. Canada is awesome. Canada is awesome. Like, there's so many things we've seen today that America just would never happen in America. And this counts. The Supreme Court in Canada sure looks a lot more friendly. Maybe it's the Christmas outfits, but the fact that they're even in these outfits, what was this? Maybe it was Christmas Day, laying down the law as Santa. That's fantastic. This says, please do not be offended. For security reasons, the residents in this building will not hold the door open for you. You must be buzzed in. This is somewhere where you got to be buzzed in. The door's locked. Maybe it's an apartment building. This is not unheard of in America. We have stuff like this, but the addition of the please do not be offended, like, is that not a little excessive? If people are getting offended, I mean, it's because the residents are letting the door like close on people for security reasons, and it's probably kind of awkward, but this is nice. Like, I'll be honest, it's nice, but this is totally not... Talk about a difference between Canadian and American culture. In America, we just don't care about offending people by letting the door shut. And maybe we should care more. I'm certainly not against this, but there's a line, because you can just end up apologizing for things all day. But the sentiment is very nice here. I like that. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, 15 pictures. Those were amazing. And I definitely learned some new things about Canada. And maybe I'm a little confused about a few things, but overall, this was really cool. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, especially if you're Canadian and you understand these pictures. That'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.